Okay, so we'll put the blocks like this. So just like how we started last week. Thought we can do that again. It's a nice way to just let your hips get a little bit of ease as we start our breathing and meditation. So you put a blanket under each thigh and then a blanket up by your head like this. Hi! Yay, you're in prenatal too. Oh, and then if you want to, you guys can do the strap again. So we put this strap around us. And you put one side in through both loops and then back through the center of those metal loops and pull. And then we put our feet around there so it's on the ankles and put it nice and low so it'll kind of separate your sacrum from your low back, and you just put it as tight as you want, but have the metal be in between your ankle and your thigh so it's not pushing on your ankle or pushing on your thigh. And then scooch back so your sacrum is touching the bolster. And then if you want it looser, you can stay right where you're at and lift up the metal. And then if you want it tighter, just pull. Try to have the strap facing towards you too, so you feel all nice and organized. No dads today. That's so fun how the dads come. Last week it was almost even. Maybe I was like too womanly in my classes because I talk about the womb a lot. It was so sweet. My heart burst. I saw somebody in the back, their husband, we were doing forward folds, and he put his hand over on her back and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, I got a little choked up. It was so sweet. I'd never seen that, such sweetness. They're in the hallway. Yeah, everything's in the hallway. So we got a strap, 3 blankets, a bolster, and 2 blocks. And then you can either have your palms face up for a few breaths, or bring one hand to your heart, one hand onto your belly. Hi. And then you can maybe close your eyes once you settle in. Strap. There you go. Yeah. Did you need a strap? You need something? Okay. Here, I'll leave this here. Alright, so then we'll just breathe nice, big, deep breaths. And imagine you're breathing into your baby. Really expand in the belly. Feel your hand maybe lift a little bit if your hand's on your belly. You can put both hands on your belly first if you want. Just lots of attention and awareness on the womb and your baby. And whenever we are wherever energy is needed is where we want to put our attention. So every day you want to bring awareness and energy as much as you can to your womb, because your body is working so hard to make this baby, and it's really such a short period of time in your life. And so we really want to not only, bring attention to it, bring energy where energy is needed, but really enjoy the process of growing this baby inside. And it takes so much out of your body. And when we stop and just put our hands to the womb and breathe really nice, slow, deep, full breaths, and just think about the baby kind of absorbing your energy as well. And then we can think of the divine presence, however you conceive that to be, and just imagine your breath is bringing in that healing, divine energy that you need, and letting the earth hold you up, allowing yourself to feel nurtured and loved and supported. And that's really why we're here, is to really fill the womb with energy so that the baby can grow in peace and it can develop the higher centers of its brain. And know that you're a peaceful being, so it can mimic your energy field. So each breath in, you're creating the baby right now. It feels what you feel, that we live in a safe environment, that there's nothing to worry about. And even if there is something to worry about, it's so important that you make sure that you communicate to this little being through what you feel and through your breath that everything's okay, because it feels everything that you feel. So as you breathe in, feel that you are nurtured, loved, and supported, and maybe repeat that in your mind. We can take a moment to just think of what we're grateful for and all that we have, and the community here that we have, and all the resources. And just for this 9 or 10 months, really take responsibility for allowing yourself to receive the love and breathe the love and feel the support of nature and the people around you that love you, and nurturing your body with the highest quality foods that you can find. Just really honoring yourself, honoring this life within you. And then maybe bring a hand up to the heart center. And as we, intend to really honor and nurture this baby, just take a moment and feel your heart expand with your breath. And feel how you're one. Your heart and your baby, there's this ebb and flow. And it really is one of the most beautiful experiences that we can have. Another big, deep breath in, allowing yourself to feel it all. And then you can gaze at the point between the eyebrows and imagine an angel coming and giving you a kiss on your forehead and just blessing you. Clearing your mind. When we focus on the third eye, it helps clear our mind and just tune into a higher frequency. So there's always a higher love, a higher frequency that we can tune into. And when we practice yoga normally, the intention traditionally is to open the third eye and the crown. But when you're pregnant, you want to bring your energy down a lot because you're creating new life. You're bringing spirit into the world. It's all about the root chakra. So when you focus on your third eye, you can imagine like you're just downloading that higher energy and bringing it into your heart, down into your belly, and really feel your seat, your bottom on the floor, connected to the earth, and let yourself be grounded more in your practice, in all your yoga classes, that you really feel your bottom and your feet to the earth, and even in your life, let yourself just connect to the earth more in all the ways that you love to, whatever that is, through the foods you eat the foods that grow from the earth, in your walks in nature, put your hands on a tree. It's allowing yourself to really ground and feel the earth's energy envelop up into the body, but at the same time still tuning into the higher ethereal energies. So we can bring our arms up and over our head and maybe grab onto a wrist or a forearm and take a few breaths. Let your chest and your throat and your jaw relax. Maybe rock your head side to side. Relax that primal brain. And when we focus on the third eye, this will also develop your intuition. So just keep focusing there, because we want to make sure our intuition is very sharp, so we can really learn to trust ourselves really above everyone else. You really have that sense like you know what's right for you and for your baby. And if you're not sure, you take a moment to pause and to breathe and to ask the innate intelligence within you that really knows all. The answers lie within us. And we just take a moment to focus there and ask for the guidance. And then wait till you get the inspiration, the intuition. But never let yourself be rushed because of somebody else's fear or agenda. It's really your decisions, or you're powerful. It's coming from within you. And it's so important right now, really more than ever, especially as a mother, to raise a child at this age and time. So let's bring our arms out and around and forward and up, and just do big circles. Open up your chest. Really feel your heart center opening, your shoulders, like we're kind of breaking off all the cobwebs in the heart center and the shoulders. And then we can go the other way a few times. And then maybe just hands down by your side one more time. One more big breath here. And then we can flip our palms and just slowly start to push ourselves up from our little lounging meditation, and then bring the stuff off to the side. And we'll bring our bolster off to the side. You can put a blanket under your knees if you'd like, maybe a block on either side towards the front of your mat. And then just do some cat-cows. So we'll spread our fingers wide, thumb and pointer finger down, and go ahead and bring your chin to your chest on your exhales, and arch your back, tailbone up. Squeeze shoulder blades together on the inhales. And just a few cat-cows. At a pace that feels good. Maybe even close your eyes and imagine the energy that runs up and down your spine. So there's little short circuits that happen in our body, or there's little pinching, or our spine gets out of alignment, and just see if you can visualize the energy opening up evenly up and down the spine. And we move back and forth and kind of unblock some of those blockages. And we can do some circles with our hips. When you're ready, bring the hips to the right, and then down to the heels, and to the left and forward. And you can do them as small or big as you'd like. Three in one direction, and then three in the other. And then we'll just relax in child's pose. So knees apart, toes touch. Maybe put the bolster under your chest if you want, so you have that support. Bring one cheek down, or if you'd prefer, just bring your forehead to the ground. grounding pose. Your hands on the earth. Take a big breath in like you're pulling up that healing energy from the earth up into your body, all the way down into your sacrum and your low back. And see if you can feel your low back getting a little expansion here as you breathe. And just a few more breaths. Take our time coming up out of that. You can come up on your hands and knees and then maybe push the bolster off to the side, and then we can just come and sit back in hero's pose. Bring your knees together and then sit back. Stretch the tops of the feet, arms go out and up, big breath. And just interlace hands, squeeze biceps into the side of the head, reach up and try to relax the shoulders here. We do a little side bend, so right hand comes down or just fingertips down, and then we'll reach over to the side. Right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Maybe circle the wrist, that left wrist a few times. And really breathe, create some space on that side, and then we go to the other side, create some space on the right side. Left shoulder forward, right shoulder back, circle your wrist a few times. Reach through the fingers one more time, big breath. And then we can go ahead and come back up. And then let's bring the toes under for a moment and just sit on your toes, on the balls of the feet. And then bring your hands behind you. We can squeeze our shoulder blades together and try to open up that chest. And take your time, start looking up. Lift your knuckles a little bit more. Another big breath, squeeze those shoulder blades, maybe lift the knuckles a little higher. And then bring your knuckles over to the right side. Try bringing them all the way over to the right side, and then drop your right ear to your right shoulder, just to stretch that left side of our neck for a moment. Big breath there, and then chin to chest, we'll do it to the other side. Couple breaths, left ear to left shoulder. Alright, and then we can go ahead and bring the hands down and maybe tap your toes. So kind of stretch those toes pretty good. And then let's walk your hands a little more forward, and we can come into a plank pose. Bring your knees just a little bit apart. So lower the hips and just lots of strength in our arms for a moment. And your core activates just a little bit, but you want to keep your hips not too low, so in alignment with the shoulders and the knees. And then just bend your elbows nice and strong, and then just push straight back up. Let's just work on our arms just a little bit more. We do 3, so we'll exhale, lower a little bit, inhale up, like little push-ups, chaturanga push-ups. One more, lower, and then try lifting to a cobra. And you can keep your elbows bent here and reach up, maybe look over your right shoulder. And then we can look over the left shoulder, releasing the neck, and look up. And maybe straighten your arms if that feels okay, but if it doesn't, keep your elbows bent. And then we'll bring our hips up, and then spread the fingers wide, curl toes under. Let's go to down dog and walk your legs. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. And have your feet as wide apart as you want, as it feels good for you. Really listen to what feels good to your womb. So really being mindful of the womb and what's helping. And have a slight bend in your knees in your down dog. Reach back through your sit bones. And then walk your hands back to your feet. So bring your feet maybe a little wider. Walk your hands back. And then we'll inhale, just lift halfway up. So breathe to your belly, maybe fingertips slide up your shins, and then exhale, come back down. And we can do that again. Inhale and lift halfway up. And then exhale and back down. And then we're going to point our toes out to the side. And if you want, you can sit on a block in our Malasana pose. So come in a little squat. Either keep your fingertips down here, especially if you can't get your heels down. It might feel better to have your fingertips down and just try to slowly work the heels down, and then maybe hands to the heart. But just so you feel cozy and wiggle a little bit. We're pushing the knees away with our elbows. And also it might be easier if you bring your feet a little wider apart too if you can't get your heels down. So we'll inhale in through the nose, expand in the belly, and then squeeze pelvic floor muscles. So we're really making a nice strong root chakra, and inhaling and helping open up the hips. And then exhale, squeeze the pelvic floor muscles and picture a red glowing light at the base of your spine, getting bigger and brighter, and inhaling again into the belly. And exhale, squeeze the pelvic floor muscles in and up, reach up to the crown of your head. Inhale one more time. And then maybe just drop your your forehead to your thumbs if you want to round here in the pose. You can do that, or feel free to stay upright. You can reach your fingers forward if you'd like, or any other little movements here. And then we're just going to go back to our forward fold when you're ready. Toes forward, and then back in, hanging in our forward fold. And we'll hang here just for a few breaths, so bend your knees, put most of the weight to the balls of the feet. And either just let the arms dangle, or you can grab the elbows, whatever feels better. Maybe wiggle and move a little bit in the beginning. And yeah, if your baby's really big and this doesn't feel super comfortable, you might just bring your elbows up on your thighs, give you a little bit more leverage and space. And then we'll bend our knees and just slowly come up, one vertebrae at a time. So rolling up, nice and slow. And then we can roll our shoulders a few times at the top. And then arms can go up, reaching up, maybe interlace, squeeze biceps to the side of the head. Big breath. Just bring your right arm down, and we can do a side bend over to the side. And then inhaling up and over to the left side, reaching the right arm over to the side, and then inhaling up, interlace our hands again, open up the chest, squeeze shoulder blades together, lift up, and then bend your knees. See if you can come forward and bring the knuckles over your head. You can bring the hands down whenever you'd like, but see if this feels okay. Bend your right knee, bring your right shoulder towards your right knee, and then bend your left knee, left shoulder towards your left knee, and then we come back up. See if you can come up and keep squeezing the shoulder blades together as you come up. And then arms out and up, and then exhale, hands to the heart. Let's just step the right foot forward. So right foot forward. We'll make it easy for the warrior poses. And maybe just hands to the hips and just go up and down a few times. Work open that leg, get nice strong legs. You want to have your back heel down, and then make sure your back toes face a little forward, and then just hold it on the bend. Back leg is straight, and the front knee's right over your ankle, and then extend your arms out, and you gaze towards your front fingertips, and then just straighten everything on an inhale. Inhale up, and then exhale back down, and inhale up, and exhale back down. One more, inhale up, and And then exhale down and just hold here for a moment. Flip your right palm and reach it up and back behind you. Grab your back leg with your left hand. And then bring your forearm to your thigh and push the knee over to the right. Look at your right hip in the mirror and make it go in towards your left hip a little more. So there's a little bit of burning on our right hip, which is good. We can reach our left hand over our head and then come all the way back up and do a reverse triangle. So 2 straight legs. You just reach your right arm up and back behind you. And we can try a triangle pose. So maybe heel toe your back foot up just a little bit. You might want to reach down and put a block on the inside of your ankle so you'll have that extra support. But otherwise, you're just going to put your awareness in your right sit bone and imagine you're trying to bring it behind you. So it's almost like you're going to have your shoulders forward here, and you get a nice stretch in this leg. Your inner thigh spins up towards the ceiling. And then from here, you can put your hand to your block or your shin, and then roll your left shoulder over the right shoulder without moving the legs. And then maybe left hand over the head. Get an extended triangle here. Take another breath here. Really reaching, squeeze your thighs in this pose. Good, and then we can come all the way up and then reach our arms out and up. Point both toes out to the side. And then let's just bend both knees. Our goddess pose. Inhale up. And then exhale and bend. And inhale and up. And then exhale and bend. And just put your hands to your knees. Now push the knees apart and maybe sway side to side. Really release the hips and the sacrum. And drop your left shoulder down. Look up over the right shoulder. Inhale forward to the other side. And then maybe tuck your chin to your chest, round your spine, kind of like a cat-cow. And then arch your back. And then we can go ahead and come all the way out and up. And then point the back toes forward, back to our warrior 2. And then we can spin all the way down. So put your hands on the inside of your foot and then just bring your back knee down. We'll just pause there, maybe sway side to side. And take a breath, reach through the crown of the head. Push the back foot a little more into the floor. And then heel toe your right foot over to the right, just a little bit more. And we can play with just opening up this leg. So either stay right here. Yeah, you can always have blocks under your hands. Or start to lower your left hip as much as you'd like. And you can heel toe that right foot over to the right as much as you need. And you can even lower your left hip all the way down if that feels good. Maybe your right hand up onto the knee. Yeah. And then see if you point through your left toes. So ankle, knee, hips, and shoulders in one line. So just kind of playing. This is opening the side of the belly and the hip. Taking our time there. Really slowly you can start to unwind when you feel ready. Unwind and then just bring the knees together. And we do our little chaturanga, our little push-up. So you can either do your push-up and then swoop up to an up dog or a cobra like this, or if it hurts your back at all, just go straight back up to your plank pose and then back to a down dog. And we'll take a couple breaths there. And maybe squeeze your pelvic floor muscles on your exhale. And bend your knees slightly. And then we'll walk our hands back to our feet. Inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale and fold. And then you come on up. Either roll up or you can have a flat back and shine your heart forward. Arms can go out and up. And then exhale, hands to our hearts. And then we'll step our left foot forward. Do the other side. So the right toes face back. Hands to our hips. And we'll just lower and straighten a few times with that left knee. Back toes, everybody's back toes facing a little bit forward. And then we'll just hold it there. Get nice strong legs. Straighten your back leg nice and strong. And this leg 90-degree angle if you can. And then arms out. And breathe. Sink a little deeper. And then 3 breaths. Inhale up. And then exhale and down. And inhale and up. And exhaling down. Good. Inhale up. Lots of grace in your shoulders and your arms. Exhale down. Just hold it there. Take a breath. Sink a little deeper. Flip the left palm. Reach it up and behind you. Open up the left side. And then forearm to the thigh and push the knee over to the left. Squeeze your left hip in. Reach up. And then, you can reach your fingertips over your head for extended side angle. Really sink those hips. And then go ahead and come all the way back up in reverse triangle. 2 straight legs. Reach your left arm back. And then we'll just bring our hands to our hips and maybe heel toe that back foot in just a little bit. Back toe still face forward. We can set our block up for this side. And then you're thinking your left sit bone moving towards the back. Left inner thigh spinning up towards the ceiling. Squeeze both legs and then hand to the block. And you should feel a good stretch there, and then start to roll the right shoulder over the left shoulder. And find one thing to stare at, so that'll help your balance. You could always bend the front knee a little bit if you need to, but try to straighten both and squeeze the thighs. Reach your fingers over your head. And then we'll inhale and come up. All the way up. We can do our star to the wall over to the left. And then exhale and bend. Goddess pose. And inhale up. And exhale and bend. And inhale and up. And exhale and bend. And we can bring our hands to our knees again and just kind of sway side to side. Lower your left shoulder and look up over your right shoulder. And to the other side. And our little cat-cow around your spine. And arch your back. And then our arms come out and up. Big breath. And then point the back toes a little forward and left toe straight forward to our warrior pose. Big breath. And then we come all the way down. Bring our hands to the inside of that left foot. And we can move the blocks. You can put the blocks under your hands if you want. Otherwise, just have your hands to the floor and try to align the crown of the head down through the tailbone. Press the back foot into the floor, and then we can just start to heel toe out to the side. And remember, you can just stay here if this feels good and is opening up the psoas. Otherwise, see how it feels when we start to open up on the outside of that right hip a little bit more. If that feels good, left hand can go up onto the knee maybe, and look back, point through your toes, and see if your ankle and knee and hip and shoulders can be in somewhat of an alignment. But wherever you're at, breathe in, follow the good feeling. It's opening up in your body and just playing with it. We can unwind slowly and then bring the knees back together. Do our little push-up, chaturanga. Lower, arch your back if that feels good. Roll your shoulders back. And then all the way back to our down dog. Take a couple big breaths. Bend those knees just slightly. You're welcome to straighten the legs, but bend them first and notice how that feels, and maybe keep them bent if you need, or straighten them. And then we'll walk our hands back to our feet. All the way back. Inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale and fold. And then again, we'll come up. Either roll up one vertebrae at a time or come up with a flat back, whichever feels better. Inhaling up. And then we'll just squeeze our shoulder blades together. Bend your elbows on the exhale. And then inhale, arms out and up. And then exhale, just hands to the heart center. And pausing. Let's just stand in mountain pose. Wiggle the weight around on the bottoms of your feet. Front to back, side to side, palms forward. Either stare at one thing or maybe close your eyes. Do a little standing meditation and feel the earth like we're growing roots through the bottoms of our feet into the earth, and really feeling our connection to something greater than our individual self. Really feeling the innate intelligence, extending our awareness into the innate intelligence of the earth, and inhaling, pulling that up. Squeeze your thighs, and tailbone reaches down, and shoulders rolled back and down, and you just have this beautiful alignment. Spread your fingers wide. See if you can feel the electromagnetism in the air, pulling into your fingers, up your arms, and into your heart. And an energy shooting up and out the crown of your head. Really feeling how powerful you are. Inhale your arms out and up. We can look up. And again, go ahead and fold forward. Bend your knees. Feet are pretty wide. Inhale, lift halfway up. And then we'll exhale and fold and come back forward to a down dog. So now step your left foot closer to your right and then lift your right leg up nice and high. Maybe bend the knee if you'd like. Open up the hip. Kind of play with that opening. And then bring the toes back parallel with the floor, the leg with the floor. And then we'll step on the outside of the right hand. All right. And then we can do a nice hip stretch here. So we can put maybe a block under here, or you could do the blanket. Maybe the blanket's better. Whichever one you like better under your thigh. And then another thing we can do, okay, here's the one option is you put both blocks here and then the bolster here, so we can get a really nice sleeping pigeon. And then you just heel toe your right foot over to the left. And we can pause here. Let yourself lift first in your sleeping pigeon. Maybe even you can open up the shoulder and reach your left hand back, grab the thigh. And if you really want to open the psoas a little more on that left side, you can grab the foot and just lower that left hip down. And breathe. And just stay there holding this leg as much as you'd like, and we can relax down when you're ready. Get nice and cozy. And if this feels too high with the blocks under it, you can just remove the blocks. But we'll breathe into this nice deep stretch. And if you'd like, for a few breaths, you can bring the left arm under the right arm. So you stretch this shoulder and maybe rest your right hand on your left side of your head. If you want a little shoulder stretch. Take your time there. When you want to come out of it, just slowly push yourself up. Take your time, and we can go back maybe either just to do some cat cows or come back to down dog if you'd like. Whatever you want to do in between sides. Kind of shake it out. And then from there we can come into down dog, and we can lift the left leg up. If you want to even out, and circle the ankle. And then we're going to step that left foot on the outside of the left hand. And you might need to take a few steps. But then we got the bolster under there. We'll heel toe the foot over to the right. Bring the left thigh onto the blanket. Right arm maybe up and around first, just to have a little more open pigeon pose. And then either stay here just grabbing the thigh, or if you want to deepen that stretch in the quad, we can grab it. And if you guys are flexible too, you can always get your elbow in your toes and then reach your left arm up and back. So just a few breaths there. Stay there as long as you like, opening up that quad. And then when you want to relax, just go ahead and come down. Take some nice big breaths all the way down into the belly. Maybe put the right hand under now if you want to stretch the shoulder for the last few breaths. Left hand under your right temple. Pointer finger and thumb together on your right hand. And then you guys take your time. When you're ready to come out of it, we can just move the blanket and swing our leg around from here. And I thought we could maybe all bring our legs up the wall if you guys want to end and get some deep leg stretches. So what we can do is what we'll need is just we'll need everything, because then we'll do Shavasana later too. So if you want, you can bring your mat up to a wall, any wall, or the mirrors, and bring your bolster and 2 blankets and your strap with you. Yeah, and try to give yourself enough space, because we're going to stretch our legs too, and our legs will go out to one side and then over to the other side. So try to space yourself so you'll have that enough space to stretch your legs and let them fall to either side. And then so with the blankets, you'll fold them up like this. So first they're in half like this, and then you fold it again, and make sure it's pretty like even and neat, and then you put 2 on top of one another, and you leave about 2 inches from the wall. So don't put them right up against the wall. And then what we'll do is you sit on the side and you put your butt bones, those sit bones, up on the wall so that they touch the wall. So you're just on the side, both my butt bones are touching the wall, and then you bring your forearm down and then your shoulder down, and then you flip your legs up. And you want to try to get it so that your sit bones touch the wall. And then if you do that and your strap is far away, I'll come rescue you. It's right under your sacrum. So if you fold the blankets like that, does that feel okay for you? I mean, you can adjust it. Really, the idea of the blankets is so it creates more of like a waterfall effect for the blood, so that you're not just flat on your back. And sometimes that can have the baby push the vena cava artery. But so it's fine to not have the blankets, as long as you're just conscious if you feel anything wrong or numbing. But yeah, if it's more comfortable that way, that's the easiest way on the knees. And your legs can relax more when your butt touches the wall. But ultimately, it's okay if you're a little bit away. It's not a big deal. It's just the most comfortable way. It's the way that will help your body relax the most. All right, and then I can turn the lights down a little bit and just relax your eyes. Yeah, here, I'll get your straps near you. So just close your eyes here for a moment. And if anybody needs help, you can raise your hand. I can come on over. Now help you out. And if at any time it feels uncomfortable, you do feel a little bit of numbing, like too much pressure, kind of cutting off circulation somewhere, just roll over onto your left side and you can lay on your left side. Otherwise, just relax your face. A few deep breaths here. Relax your hips. So we're getting some reverse blood flow. This is really incredible for reducing inflammation in the feet and the ankles, all that swelling that happens. It's a really good pose to do, like if you're gonna go out in the evening but you're feeling really tired, just do this for 5 minutes and it can really help rejuvenate your energy. So another big deep breath in through your nose, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your chest. Maybe again focusing on that point between the eyebrows, helping your mind to clear. So remember, this whole process of the 10 months, this baby is within you. We want to develop our psychic intuition, that third eye focus. But we want to make sure that we're really grounded too, bringing that higher awareness, consciousness into your body. So when you guys are ready, you can bring the soles of your feet together and just let the knees go apart, and maybe press your hands to your thighs. As you inhale, press your tailbone down into your blanket, and as you exhale, maybe tuck your tailbone under just a little bit. And you could do that a few more times, little pelvic tilts, if that feels good. And then we're going to grab our strap and we'll bring it around the sole of the right foot and just extend the right foot back up. And you can leave the left foot right where it's at, or if you would prefer to have it straight up too, you can do that. So walk your hands high up the strap, so as high as you can, straight arms reaching high up, and then just relax your shoulders and flex your toes. And then also have the strap be on the ball of the foot, not the middle of the foot. So right below the toes. And then you'll get a nice, effortless, deep hamstring stretch. And we're just here a few breaths, so really bring your awareness in your hamstrings and imagine breathing into those hamstrings. Flexing the toes, maybe flex the pinky toe a little more towards your face. See if that increases the stretch a little bit. And one more big breath here. Nice deep stretch all the way into the belly of the calf muscle. And then we can bring the strap in the right hand. So both straps in the right hand. Reach your arm up. And then let the leg fall out to the right. Yeah. Breathe to your inner thigh. Flex your toes. And again, bringing the pinky toe a little more towards your face can increase the stretch. You can kind of just play with the toes and pointing them different directions and relaxing that leg out to the side. take your time. When you want to bring that leg up, you can pull it up maybe with the left hand. The left hand can grab the strap and then bring it up. And then we can bring it over to the left side. So you can just pull it over to the left. You can bring it down as far as it feels good for you, or maybe just a little bit. And then you want to grab the strap with your left hand as you bring it over to the left. Yeah, and extend your right arm out to the side. So it kind of counters your balance. And again, listen to your body. This helps open up that sciatic nerve, the outside of your hip. So let yourself just play with this and feel it and take it to where it feels good for you, or if you need to back off a little bit, or let your foot come all the way down to the left side if that feels good. Take your time there. Stay there as long as you like. When you want to bring it up, maybe grab the strap with your right hand, pull that leg up, and then we'll switch legs. Bring the strap in that left foot on the ball of the foot. Hands walk up the straps. One hand on one strap, one hand on the other, as high as they'll go. And then just relax your shoulders. And if your arms are straight when you're grabbing the strap, it just makes it's just more effortless. So you don't have to use your biceps to pull on the strap. And then maybe flex the pinky toe a little more towards your face. Eyes closed, big deep breaths, really focusing on lots of love in this left hamstring. Big deep breath here, and then strap in the left hand, and then we can let the leg fall out to the left, inner thigh stretch, flex those toes back towards your face, play with the toes, maybe pinky toe a little more towards your face, point them up and down, and relax that left leg now out to the side. One more big deep breath there. And when you want to bring it up, maybe grab the strap with your right hand and then pull it up. And then we get to bring it over to the right side. And you can just bend the right knee, and yeah, feel free to fall all the way over to the right or just a little bit. And think of moving your left sit bone towards the wall and then flexing your toes, and think pinky toe a little more towards your face will just help to increase the stretch, get a little more out of it. And just a couple more breaths here. Go as deep as you want into it. And take your time, stay there as long as you like. When you want to come out, go ahead and just pull that leg up, maybe with the left hand. Make it nice and effortless. And then maybe just bring both legs up the wall one more time. You can bring the strap off to the side. And then from here, we'll just bend the knees, kind of like happy baby pose, but your feet are on the wall. So your heels are real close to your sit bones and your knees are really wide. Arms can go over your head in cactus arms. And just breathe into your low belly, into your pubic bone. Really try to relax your legs and your hips is completely. Really focus on completely relaxing, no holding whatsoever anywhere in your body. Not in the hips or the legs, just complete surrender. And just 2 more breaths into your low belly. Maybe try to heel toe the heels a little closer to your sitting bones. It kind of squishes the hips a little more when you do that. Okay, so then we'll roll over onto our left side and we can push ourselves up, and then we're just gonna come into our final relaxation pose. So we can lay on the left side, put a bolster between your thighs, and then a blanket under your head. And then you can just go ahead and lay down. Yeah, any kind of shavasana you guys want, you're welcome to. You're welcome. Okay, then we'll just take a nice slow full breath all the way down into belly, into your baby, and exhale, completely releasing, letting go, and maybe still a little slight focus on the point between the eyebrows. Think of the Divine Mother, the innate intelligence, just like a baby latches on to his mother's breast and gets, this perfect nutrients. And not only nutrients, but love from the heart center. When we focus on the third eye, that's like our plug-in to the Divine Mother. So as you gaze there, imagine like you're soaking up a divine elixir into your third eye center and letting it infuse your mind and go down your throat, down your spine, and nurturing your heart and your womb all the way down to the tips of your toes, just like when the baby might be upset or fussy, but anytime they breastfeed, a minute later they have no idea what happened before. They're just happy and drunk on that mother's love and nutrients. So every time we practice our yoga, we're plugging into the divine source, that healing, loving energy. And mothers are really one of the most beautiful reflections of the divine, unconditional love and service. Really all of the world is. But that's the secret of yoga, is look at your third eye to connect with the divine. So just soak up as much as you can, allowing yourself to be held, just like the baby might kick and scream until finally you're shushing and bouncing and holding. They give in. So see yourself giving in more often, really knowing that you're protected and guided in every moment of your life. And the more connected you are with this innate intelligence, the safer you are, the wiser you are, and the way we develop it is through our yoga practice, but specifically just moments gazing at the point between the eyebrows, opening up that prefrontal cortex, the sixth sense. So with another deep breath in, feel that light in your forehead opening up, and imagine just dissolving into that feeling, dissolving in that sense of being held, nurtured, loved, and supported. Another big deep breath in through your nose. And go ahead and stay here as long as you'd like. If you're in a really good place and really soaking up lots of that divine, healing, loving energy, feel free to just stay and soak a few more minutes. Otherwise, you can place your right hand down onto the floor and just really slowly press the floor away and let your body come up, maybe to a cross-legged position. And whether you're sitting up or laying down, still just focusing on that point between the eyebrows with this awareness of this sweet presence. And may this body and mind continue to just soak up this sweetness, our true nature, and stay grounded and uplifted at the same time. And if you're sitting up, you maybe bring your hands up like you're under a big waterfall of light. Just soak up